Hello everyone. In this session, we are going to study one of the important act, that is Trade Union Act 1926. Trade Union Act 1926. An act to provide for the registration of trade unions and in certain respects to define the law relating to registered trade unions. See, Trade Union Act, it is an act to provide for the registration of trade unions and in certain respects to define the law relating to registered trade unions. Okay, let's see the definition. A trade union is such an organization which is created voluntarily on the basis of collective strength to secure the interest of the workers. So what is trade union? Trade union is nothing but it is a voluntarily created organization on the basis of collective strength or collective bargaining to secure the interest of the workers. Now, what is trade union? Trade union is nothing but it is a voluntary organization, voluntary created organization by the employees to secure their interest, to protect their interest, to protect their rights. That is nothing but trade union. Hope you understood. What is trade union? Trade union is nothing but it is a voluntary created organization by the employees to protect their rights or interest. Hope you're clear. That is nothing but trade union. Now, see, trade union means any combination, whether temporary or permanent, formed primarily for the purpose of regulating the relations between workmen and employers, and between workmen, or between employers and employers, or for imposing restrictive conditions on the conduct of any trade or business. See, trade union, it is a combination or voluntary organization formed to protect the interests of the workers and maintaining a good regulating the relations between workmen and employers, and between workmen and between employer and employers, and for imposing restrictive conditions on the conduct of any trade or business. Next, see, trade unions are formed to protect the interest of their members, is nothing but employees, right? Laborers. The primary function is to protect the interests of the workers against discrimination and unfair labor practices. See, what is the intention of forming trade union? To protect the interests of the workers against discrimination and unfair labor practices. That is the main intention of forming trade unions. What about the scope of the act? This act provides for the registration of trade unions and in certain respects in define the law relating to registered trade unions. See, this act provides for the registration of trade union, how to register the trade union, and the law or the requirements to uh, register the trade unions. What are the rules need to be followed by the employees as a member in a trade union? Then the act applies to registered trade unions. Then objectives. What are the objectives of this act? It's very easy. First one, to promote both individual and collective welfare. See, what is the main intention of Trade Union Act? To promote the individual, means individual employee or labor, or collective welfare. Individual welfare and collective welfare. It is nothing but group of employees or group of workers. To promote the welfare of the group, or else along with that, welfare of the individual as well, individual employee as well. Next, to secure the payment of salaries, wages and allowances, etc. of the workers. See, to secure, to guarantee the payment of salary, wages, and allowances, etc. of the workers. That is the second objective. In case if the company doesn't pay any salary or wages, then these registered trade unions bargain with the management. Clear? That is the intention of forming trade union. Then, to secure the employment of the workers. See, to secure the employment of the workers means job security. Clear? Job security. Next, to protect the working conditions of the workers, providing proper working conditions to the workers. Then, to secure the opportunities related to the promotion of workers. Right? See, working conditions, promotion, salary, wages, all these related to the employees welfare measures, right? Welfare measures and security measures, right? Then to enlarges the training opportunities, another objective. Then to assist in collective bargaining to protect the interests of the workers. Collective bargaining, in the sense grouply, they put forward their demands. Clear? That is another one. So what are the objectives? What are the objectives of act? First one, to promote the both to promote both individual and collective welfare, to secure the payment of salary, wages, and allowances, etc. of the workers, to secure the employment of the workers, providing working conditions, and to securing the opportunities related to promotion of workers and the training opportunities, as well as collective bargaining to protect the interests of the workers. These are the objectives of the act. Next, functions of trade union. Now, what are the functions? Almost similar as objectives: to secure fair wages to the workers, proper salary or as well as wages, salary or wages to the workers, then to improve the working conditions and living conditions, then to provide for educational and cultural and recreational facilities, to provide educational and cultural and other welfare facilities to the employees or workers, to offer responsive cooperation in improving levels of production and productivity, discipline, and high standards of quality. See, to offer responsive cooperation in, see, once if the trade unions satisfy with their demands, then the production, productivity, discipline, and the standard of quality as far as work is concerned improves. Okay. Then to promote individual and collective welfare, that already we discussed in objective. It promotes the individual as well as collective welfare of the employees or workers. Hope you understood. These are the functions of trade union. Next, see, central trade union organization in India. What are the central trade unions organization? Mainly All India Trade Union Congress, that is AITUC. Another one, Bharatiya Mazdoor Sangha, BMS. Hindu Mazdoor Sabha, that is HMS. Indian National Trade Union Congress, INTUC. Okay, National Labor Organization, NLO. Okay, these are the central trade union organization in India. Now, this topic is important. Registration of trade union. See, in the first point, appointment of registrars, that is section 3. Okay, the government will appoint a person to be a registrar. Now, who is going to appoint? Government is going to appoint a person as a registrar. The government will appoint a required number of persons as the addition and deputy registrar of the trade unions. Okay, along with the registrar, even the government is going to appoint additional, or we can say deputy registrar for the trade union. Then minimum requirement of the registration of trade union, that is 2001 amendment section 4. Okay, what are the minimum requirements of registration of trade? Applicants seeking registration to show that at least 10% or 100 workmen, whichever is less, engaged in relevant industry members of such trade union on the date of making application. If a trade union fails to attract at least 10% workmen engaged in the establishment, is has no right to get registered. What does it mean? If the company or industry is having, take for example, 1000 employees, out of that they at least they need to attract 10% of 1000 or else 100 workmen, whichever is less. In case if 10% is, if 10% of the employees are not ready to do enter into the trade union or to join the trade union, then these trade unions are not as registered trade unions. They don't have any right to register the trade union. Clear? Officially they are not able to register the trade union. Minimum requirement 10% or 100 workmen, whichever is less. Okay, otherwise they are not eligible to enter or to join the trade union. Okay, clear? Then application for registration. Section 5. Application for registering the trade union should contain the following. See, what are the requirements? Name of the 7 persons in trade union. Okay, name of the 7 persons or members in the trade union. Then occupation of the persons, occupations of the workers, address of the persons, place of the work of the person, name of the trade union, address of the trade union of the head office. Okay, these information, name, occupation, address of the persons, a place of the work, then name of the trade union and address of the trade union head office. All these information need to be fulfilled. Next, provisions to be contained in the rules of a trade union, that is 2001 amendment section 6. Here, for registration of the trade union, provision or rules mentioned below should be followed by the member for registration of the trade union according to this act. See, the name of the trade union, object of the trade union, general funds of the trade union by its members should be properly used for lawful purpose. Then maintenance of list of members in the trade union and their facilities to be provided. Okay, the name of the trade union, the object of the trade union, general funds of the trade union, how they utilize their fund, trade union fund, then maintenance of list of members in the trade union and their facilities to be provided. What are the facilities that the trade union is going to provide to the members of the trade union? So all these details should be mentioned in that. Then power to call for further particulars and to require alteration of name. See, if register is not satisfied with the information provided by the members of the trade union going to be registered, registrar is having power to call its members for submitting the additional or required information for registering the trade union. See, if the registrar is not satisfied with the information that is provided by the members or the members, those who are going to be registered. Okay, at that time the register is having authority to call that members again and inform them to submit the additional information or additional documents. Okay, that right is having by the registrar. Okay, clear? Then if the name of the trade union is already existed, if the trade union name is already existed, then the registrar is going to inform to the members to alter the name. Then next is registration, that is section 8. See, all the documents submitted with the details and information is, if all the documents are correct, then the members of the trade union are going to be registered. The registrar will register the trade union. See, once the data or document which is provided by the members of the trade union is correct, then the registrar is going to register the trade union. Hope you are clear. Once registrar is satisfied with the documents, then he is going to register the trade union. Then at the end, he is going to issue the certificate of registration. Registrar is going to issue the certificate of registration to the members of the trade union. Hope you understood. This is about Trade Union Act of 1926. Hope you understood. In case of any doubts, you can contact me. Thank you.